Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Hour of Devastation Amonkhet Intermediate Swiss Draft League. A lot of good cards in here. We've got the Sinuous Striker, the Steward of Solidarity, the Lethal Sting, and the Oketra's Avenger. All of these are very good cards. This is a great card, the Eternalize. The front end of this card is not fantastic. Just a 2-2 that could potentially be a 3-1. But a 4-4 that can be, a 7-1, that's actually pretty good. This card can put people away. Deceptively good card. Steward is obviously fantastic. I'm kind of feeling just taking the Lethal Sting, hard removal at a pretty minimal cost. Not only with the mana cost, but the cost requirement with the -1/-1 counter. And it does deal with everything, so I might just take the Lethal Sting here. Great creatures, though. It's a little bit difficult. I wouldn't fault anybody for taking either of these. And I think both of these are probably slightly better than the Avenger. Ooh. Well, a gift in Banewit Punisher. This card is fantastic. A really great Lethal Sting target, too, because it's going to blow itself up anyway, right? So we'll take the Punisher over the second Lethal Sting. What else is good in here? Not too much, as it turns out. Blur of Blades is fine. Pretty good, actually. Sharpshooters is playable, not exciting. Aerial Guide, same sort of thing. Unquenchable Thirst, but we'll take the Punisher. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay, now I probably just want to take the Sunscourge Champion. This card is pretty fantastic, very strong. One of my favorite cards in the format. Really, really good. Into the battlefield life gain, good against a great many decks in this format. Other good cards in here. Carrion Screecher's playable in black. I like the Dauntless Haven with Exert. And Resolute Survivor's obviously good, and if you're in Boros. Other than that, nothing too exciting. I like the Haven of Enduring Hope too, but taking Sunscourge Champion, never looking back. Okay, so now we probably just take the Avenger. Black-white obviously lends itself to zombies the most, but there's still just plenty of black-white value spells you can cast. I like the Avenger more than the Aven and the Camel. It's a very, very strong 2-drop, and I like it, so we'll take it. Okay, so Manticore, Eternal, strong card. Probably just want the Bone Slasher. It's a 3-mana 3/3, which is solid in itself. We're in the right colors to pick up more zombies. And I like it more than the 5-drop in Scrounger and Without Weakness and Traveler's Amulet and pretty much everything else in here. So happily take a zombie card that's pretty efficient. Well, we'll take another Lethal Sting here. Very good card. Happy to take probably as many as I can get. Really, really strong, being able to deal with anything. Obviously not fantastic with the Oketra's Avenger, but still perfectly acceptable here. So now, Paramount versus Eternal. I mean, Paramount is slightly better, but what are the chances we don't end up in white? I still think there's probably a pretty good chance we end up in white. I'm going to take the Paramount over the Eternal here, despite only having 2 white cards. I think I still want the Paramount. Like I said, I definitely think it's better than Eternal. Alright, we'll take it. Okay. I think we're going to take another Paramount here over the Bone Slasher. Basically, we just want to pick up as many... It's easy to get clogged up at 3, and Paramounts are, definitely good in multiples, and we still very much can end up in a pretty zombie-heavy deck. In fact, we already have 4 zombies out of our 8 cards, so half of our cards are zombie-related. Yes, I'm counting the Sunscourge Champion as well. Okay, now it's Desert versus Active Heroism. I think we'll take the Desert. Active Heroism is actually a pretty good card, but I would rather get the Desert, help our future Desert card. We're just going to cut the white card here, I think. Take it over the Blur of Blades. These are all pretty playable cards, though. In fact, Jeru's Renunciation, I would say, is the least playable of these, but still, we'll take it. Okay, I'm going to take the Screecher. It's a zombie. It makes sense with the Paramounts and the Bone Slasher. And actually, this card has impressed me more than I expected it to. It's certainly more exciting than Oketra's Last Mercy. Alright, we'll take the Camel now. We already have 1 Desert, possibly more to come. We'll take Without Weakness. It's playable, not exciting, and we'll let somebody have this Cunning Survivor. So, pretty successful pack 1. Looks like we're in black-white. We have 3 removal spells that are pretty solid already. Ooh, get another zombie here. Taking it over Wretched Camel, Kenry Eternal, and Aven of Enduring Hope. And I think we'll be able to wheel one of those and be happy, or at least the Desert. I think there's a good chance we wheel one of these 4 cards. So let's take the Pouncer happily. So I would prefer to not play. I'm just going to set stuff on the side that I guess I would prefer to not have to play. Okay, so we have another Screecher, but we got to take the Champs. The Champs are just so fantastic. We're going to take it over Kenry Eternal and Screecher. And remember, it does, in my opinion, count as a zombie card. It's also an Open Fire in here as well, and another Desert, but let's take the Champion. Okay, so Bone Slasher versus Active Heroism, and that is about it. Also a Survivor's Encampment Desert. We'll take the Bone Slasher. We're already doing very good on our zombie count. It's okay to have a ton of 3-drops if your deck doesn't extend beyond that. Another Bone Slasher? I mean, they certainly are good in multiples. Taking over Sarcophagus. We do actually have a couple cycling spells, but I'm not going to pursue that. Struggle to Survive is very good, but I think we've already established this nice little black-white zombies deck, so let's focus on that. I'm going to set the Camel over here for now. I'm fine. I actually like Camel, but it seems like all of our other 3-drops are slightly better for us. Dauntless Aven is not a zombie, but it flies. And I guess it really doesn't work too well with anything other than our Avenger. I mean, untapping stuff is still fine, so we can do it. I guess it is the pick for us. I don't like Dutiful Servants and Moaning Wall. Those are pretty lackluster zombies. And Claim can bring back some things. I just don't think that we really need to play it. We'll take the Dauntless Haven. Leave to Chance. More of a sideboard thing. Couldn't take the Encampment, I guess. Are we going to need another Desert? If I want to play the Camel, we are. Otherwise, there's Disposal Mummy, which is very replaceable, and Without Weakness, which we already have and want actively to cut. Basically, Leave to Chance is going to be a good sideboard card if we play against like a deck with a lot of Compulsory Rests, Unquenchable Thirsts, Desert's Hold, stuff of that sort. I'm just thinking, do I even need this Survivor's Encampment? It seems unlikely that I do. Or the Mummy. I'll take the Leave to Chance. It seems like a potential sideboard card. Ooh. Well, I think a zombie deck wants this Unconventional Tactics. Unfortunately, there's another Paramount in here too, but Tactics will win us some games. I'm going to take the foil one. Imminent Doom is a fun card to play. So a bunch of playable red cards here, surprisingly. I think we'll just cut the black card and let the red flow. We're doing pretty good on our zombie count, I would say, for the most part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 zombies so far. Pretty good. Alright, a wheeled Kenry Eternal is good news for us. Yet another zombie. And a 2-drop, which our deck kind of wants. Ooh, back to back. Very good. Alright. We're doing it. So our deck is like a Liliana's Mastery or a... What's our removal? We have 2 Lethal Stings and a Banewit Punisher, and that's it. I guess we're going to take the Active Heroism here. Another crack at taking the Encampment or the Without Weakness, but Active Heroism is actually pretty good. Alright, we'll take the back-to-back ones. A Wheeled Abandoned Sarcophagus. So I think we're kind of doing it now. I'm just going to probably just set these in the side already because we probably don't need them. Alright, we'll take the zombie, but we're not going to play it. Take another black card. Seeing the late black cards is good. So we have a ton of zombies. We have the Unconventional Tactics, which is good. I would like some more zombie synergies. I guess we have the Mummy Paramounts too. That is good. But yeah, like a Lord of the Accursed or a Liliana's Mastery would really make this deck. Alright, we probably can wheel the Inno-Catcher's Name, but I'm just going to take it. It's too bomb to not... It's too bomb to risk not getting, And I want it that much more than, even though I like Festering Mummy, I want it that much more for my deck than Festering Mummy, that I'm just going to guarantee. Like I said, very good chance that we wheel it. I'm just going to take it because it's so good for our deck. It is the actual finishing power that our deck needs. Like, we could play as many of these as possible and be really happy. So, Edifice of Authority is more of a defensive card. I think it's a strong card, but when we're beating in like we are, we want something like Compulsory Rest. There's also Cursed Minotaur, which would be good for us, but I'm going to take the hard removal in Compulsory Rest. This does a little bit less than you'd like because it does let them gain life, but it does deal with everything at the same time, so very important spell. Okay, pretty easy fan bearer now. Not only is it a zombie, but it's a fantastic card in general. Taking over Mind Sensor, Grasping Dunes, which I actually kind of like and I would totally play, and the Spearmaster. So Cartouche of Ambition is good. I think we're just going to go deep on these Innoketra's names. These are Trial of Solidarities for our deck, so I would play like 5 of these in our deck. Look how many zombies we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 zombies, yeah. Innoketra's name is just going to be Bomb. We're going to take it over the Cartouche of Ambition. Like I said, I would play as many of these as we're going to get. Supernatural Stamina is a pretty legitimate trick for 1 mana. We don't have a lot of Enter the Battlefield abilities, though. It's pretty cool with Sunscourge Champion, but I may just want Mighty Leap. Lets you just go right over top and win, although we already have Tactics that does that. I would probably easily play it over an Active Heroism just for the evasion alone, though, so we'll take it here. I mean, I guess right now this is a easy 16 land deck with this. This looks good to me. So I guess we take the Sun-Scorched Desert. We don't need the Dune Beetle, and there's nothing in white, so okay. We could probably play the Sun-Scorched Desert. We're an aggro deck. We're not super color intensive. The double white spells we have are the Eternalize on Sunscourge Champion, which I'm not too terribly concerned about. Alright, easily taking start to finish here, and I think we'll just play it over Active Heroism. I like the Active Heroism, but just a really versatile card with start to finish. Taking it over Forsake and Spearmaster. Those Who Serve is totally playable. What's the worst creature in our deck? I'm not actually sure. I think I'd still prefer well, would I prefer Dauntless Haven? I guess that's a... It evades. It doesn't really have synergy. I'll figure it out. We'll take Those Who Serve. It's clearly the pick for us. I guess here we'll hate like I guess a Charioteer if somebody's in those colors. Nothing in there really matters too much. Forsake, but I think we would actually play Cursed Minotaur. It's another zombie. I mean, getting all these zombies is quite good. We have the too many zombies problem. It's a good problem to have. Alright, Mind Sensor. I guess we'll just take it. Sunscorched Desert, Hone Kopet. I mean, we don't have space for this. We don't have space. Whatever, we'll take the desert. Take the black card. Take the Kudu. Okay, so our deck is good. A lot of 3-drops, obviously, but we'll figure this out. I can totally ditch the flyers and just focus on this Innoketra's Name plan. We have enough removal, too, which is nice. We actually have plenty of removal. And we have to make 3 cuts, and I think we want them to be as many 3-drop cuts as possible. So I think I will be cutting the non-zombies first, with the exception of Oketra's Avenger, which is just a fantastic card. Just a great, efficient beater on turn 2. And you can never really have enough 2-drops, especially if you're aggro, which we are. So let's figure this out. I think I'm okay with cutting the Aven and the Mind Sensor. And that leaves us with just a metric ton of zombies in here too, which is crazy. Yeah, so I might cut the Active Heroism and just have a ton of creatures, which is fine, because they are like all zombies. I'm going to count all of our Eternalize and Embalm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 That is pretty good. Plus we have 17 creatures. Removal, we're doing just fine. We have a Mighty Leap combat trick, double Inno-Catcher's Name combat tricks, compulsory rest, double lethal sting, and the start to finish. So cool looking zombie deck, definitely. Plenty of creatures, life gain, removal. We've got everything a deck needs to win, so I think we're looking good. Let's sort by color. And do I want to play the Sunscorched Deserts? We have no real need for deserts in this deck. I mean, we have a camel, but I'm not going to play it. I'm going to focus on our maximizing our Inno-Catcher's names because it's just so strong in a zombie deck. So I don't think we are going to run Sunscorched Deserts. Feels like making sure. I mean, it's tough. I'm pretty tempted to, just because we're not really color intensive. So it is really tempting, but I always have a hard time knowing if it's worth it or not. We're an aggro deck, so an extra damage here and there can actually help. But I'm just going to focus on making sure that we're going to do an 8-8 split and just make sure that we can do this here. So we'll do this and this and have a zombie deck. Nice looking zombie deck. A lot of 3-drops, but we have a lot of 2-drops too, so I'm not worried about it. And we have the Fanbear, even additional removal. Yeah, I mean, this is a very, very strong deck. I love having the board breakers of Inno-Catcher's Name. When you can't attack in, it's just nice to have a card that lets you break a stalemated board, basically. And we have answers for everything. The Unconventional Tactics lets us go right over top for the win. Same with the Mighty Leap. Very strong looking deck. I like it. We'll run it like this, and we'll see you round 1.